I didn't even have time for that. So hello, everybody. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Today, we're going to talk about Zoom security. So let's get started. So, have you ever wondered, what's going on with Zoom? And how can I make sure that my classroom is the most secure place on earth? Well, I'm going to show you how to use the Zoom Security Shield to make your classroom very, very secure. So the first thing I want you to see that across the bottom of your screen, when you log into Zoom and you're the presenter, you'll see that there is a security shield. That security shield is going to enable you to put on certain security measures in your classroom. For example, did you know that you can lock a meeting? Well, when you click the security shield, the first choice is lock meeting. So if you're having a meeting that's private and you don't want anyone else to join the meeting, maybe it's an IEP meeting, maybe it's a parent meeting, it's conferences, and you're going to use your Zoom room all day. If you click lock meeting, no one can enter the meeting afterwards. The second one is the waiting room. The waiting room is an extraordinarily wonderful place. It shows you each and every person who's trying to get into your room. So what you can do is you can put on the waiting room and enable the waiting room, and everyone who wants to get in your meeting is automatically added once you accept. Let's say that there's a name of someone that you don't know. Well, you decline them and they cannot get into your room. Do not press allow all. That means everybody who's in that waiting room, all 40 people who are waiting, you let in all at one time and you can't control who is in the class. So when you have enable the waiting room, accept them and allow them into your class one at a time. This way you can control who's coming in your room and you know who's going out. So it's not like an open door where they can just come in and out and bounce in and out from room to room whenever they feel like it. So that's the enable the waiting room. If you want to turn it off, you uncheck it. And if you want it to be on, then you make sure it's checked. So right now, the meeting is not locked, but the waiting room is enabled. We're going to move down on our security shield. And these are the things that we're going to allow the participants to do or not to do. So check means yes, they can, and uncheck means no, it's not allowed. So the participants, if I do not want them to share their screen, then I would go ahead and take the checkbox off. Now, sometimes you do want your students to share the screen because you want them to share maybe a presentation or show you what they've been working on. But you don't want that as your default. So you want to make sure that you uncheck it and make sure that it's not there for share screen. The same thing for chat. Chat is a wonderful thing. I love to see what the students are adding their thoughts into the chat and help them amplify their voice, right? Because all students are not going to raise their hand and say answer, but they may go ahead and type in their answer in the chat. Well, sometimes chat is just not appropriate. If I'm doing my direct lesson and I'm going ahead and giving them the lesson and I don't want them having a side chat in there, then I may turn my chat off temporarily. And then when I'm ready for them to share and to work collaboratively with others, I will check my chat and put it back on. Here is rename themselves. Now me, Jennifer Williams, I'm never gonna let you rename yourself. Nope. I need to know who you are. Just in case things going on, I need to know who did what and who said what, and I want your real name. I don't want your alias. No, I don't want TT or Tay Tay or Nene or Nikki or, Big D. I want Darius Devon Johnson, and I want it right there so I can say who did what. So I won't let them rename themselves. But I was talking to a band teacher today, and he told me, a chorus teacher today, and he told me that he allows his students to rename themselves and to put their name and then put alto or tenor next to their names because he wants to know who sings what part. And a band teacher also told me that he let the students change their name and put the instrument they play. So sometimes, that may be appropriate. Unmute themselves. Well, it depends. Sometimes you want your students to be able to unmute themselves. Like if I had high school students and I trusted them, then I may allow them to unmute themselves. The same thing if I had some students who, even with younger students in my kindergarten class, I may have them unmute themselves. However, you have to be really careful because same thing in kindergarten, they may unmute themselves all day long and interrupt me. I'm saying, Miss Johnson, I have a dog and my dog is doing this and my dog is, I'm not trying to hear about your dog today, son. So you decide what you want to do and allow your students to unmute themselves. Me, I probably wouldn't allow them to unmute themselves during my direct lesson, but maybe when we're doing something else, like we're doing shared practice or we're working together in groups, I would allow them to unmute themselves. And the most important to me is remove participant. If you have someone in your class who's acting unruly, who is disrupting the class, and of course, threatening the safety of the students in your class, it's your duty to go ahead and go in here and click remove participant. Eject them out of here. You are out of here. I'm going to click remove participant and I'm going to click on your name and remove you from the class and you will not be allowed to join back in. So the security shield really gives you lots of security so that you'll know that everything's going on in your class. You have control over it. The very last thing you see is a report. You can run a report. You can pull a report to see who was in your session and for how long they were here and for when did they join and when did they leave. So if you have a disruption in your class and you have someone who's trying to Zoom bomb you, then you can go back in and pull a report to see what happened. So thank you for tuning in today. That is all about the security shield. To learn more about it, go to Google and Google it. Have a great day.